Travis Head tipped as potential replacement for Pat Cummins amid captaincy dilemma. With Australian Test captain Pat Cummins likely to skip next month's Test tour of Sri Lanka due to the impending birth of his second child, discussions are heating up over who should lead the team in his absence. While Steve Smith, the current vice-captain, is the most obvious choice, many are advocating for Travis Head to step up as skipper, signaling a possible shift in leadership within the Australian Test team. Cummins, personal commitment and the Sri Lanka dilemma. Cummins faces a tough decision as the two Test series against Sri Lanka, scheduled for January 29 and February 6, coincides with the expected arrival of his second child. The Australian skipper, who previously expressed regret about missing significant moments during the early months of his son Albie's life, has made it clear that family is a top priority. Speaking in October, Cummins said, "I missed a big chunk of Albie's early days last time, and I want to work out how we can spend a bit more time at home for that initial period this time." He also emphasized the team's supportive stance on family commitments. "No one is ever going to bat an eyelid if someone needs to put their family first. We're playing cricket, it's not the end of the world." The case for Travis Head as captain. While Steve Smith's leadership credentials are undeniable, having captained Australia in the past and currently serving as vice-captain, there is growing momentum behind the idea of elevating Travis Head. At 31, Head has firmly established himself as a vital player for Australia, particularly with his standout performances in the ongoing series against India. Described by teammates as unifying and uplifting, Head's popularity in the dressing room makes him an appealing choice. Additionally, with Smith now 35 and nearing the twilight of his Test career, appointing Head as captain could signify a move toward grooming a future leader for the long term. Changing of the guard in Australian cricket. The Australian Test team is on the cusp of significant generational change. Key players like Usman Khawaja, 38, Nathan Lyon, 37, Mitchell Starc, 35 in January, and Mitch Marsh, 33, are approaching the latter stages of their careers. Among the current squad, only Nathan McSweeney, 25, represents the under-30 demographic, underscoring the need for fresh leadership to guide the team through this transition. Head, with his consistent form and years ahead in his career, appears well positioned to take on a leadership role. Elevating him as vice-captain or even as stand-in skipper for the Sri Lanka series could be a strategic move toward future-proofing the Australian Test side. The case for Steve Smith. However, there are compelling arguments for Steve Smith to take the reins. The former captain has served his penance following the ball tampering scandal and remains a seasoned leader with a deep understanding of the game. As a proven performer under pressure, Smith's leadership could offer the stability and familiarity needed, especially with World Test Championship points at stake during the Sri Lanka tour.